Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Over here, I read anonymous stories online. So if you like listening to anonymous stories, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. I am the first child of 7 kids. I have lost both parents and currently taking full responsibility for myself and my 6 other siblings. Life hasn't been easy for my siblings and I can't even afford 1 square meal a day. I sometimes sleep on empty stomach. Most of my parents' properties have been taken by my uncles and they labeled us as evil children. God being so good, the church has been of good help to my siblings and I, but there is a problem I'm facing that has really got me depressed. Ever since I was done with high school, it's been my dream to further the university, but I couldn't afford it till my church decided to do a fundraising for the needy but brilliant students in the church. I won't name the church for some specific reasons. After the fundraising, I was selected and truly our fees was totally paid in full for the first year. They gave us more than enough money for our upkeep, and after the first semester, I was proud of my results and so was the church. My pastor called me to his office and gave me a new phone as a gift. This continued till level 200. A new semester was about to start. That's when my pastor called me to his office to tell me that this year's fundraising wasn't as good as the previous year, so there will be a delay in the payment of my fees and that I should be patient. I agreed, hoping everything would be settled after that conversation. But that's when my pastor asked me if I was in a relationship. It sounded weird in my ear because I had never been in a relationship before. So I told him no, I am only focused on my education. He told me to come give him a hug, which was no problem for me, but as we were hugging, he was holding onto my waist so tightly and rubbing his hand around my butt. He told me I was very beautiful and that men would want to take advantage of me, so I should take care of myself. He also said I would be a great person in future, so I shouldn't mess with my life and that I will need a good man for myself. After first semester, I went to do my internship at my pastor's company, and that's when the devil came in to use me. During my internship, I had to go stay with my pastor so we could go to work together. Mind you, he was married and with 3 kids. My stay there was for a while. It was awesome. They treated me like one of their own. So one morning, I woke up at 5 a.m. as usual, and while I was taking my bath, I heard someone entering my room. So I shouted. I was in the bathroom to make the person aware of where I am. In a few minutes, the bathroom door opened, and to my surprise, my pastor was standing there naked. He slept with me in the bathhouse. It was my first time and was really painful. After we were done, he told me not to tell anyone and that he loves me. I wasn't myself. The whole day when I went to work, when this happened, his wife and children were in the main house and I was in the boys' quarters. He slept with me every single day after that. Sometimes he comes earlier, but always around 4 to 5 a.m. This continued till we were done with internship and I had to go home. I went home for a month and he never touched me during those times till school resumed and I had to inform him of my fees. I went to his office and on that day I was on my period. He told me he has missed me and that he wanted to enjoy me, but I told him I was on my period. But he insisted and he had his way with me because he said if I didn't do, I should forget about my fees. He did this to me every semester since then when I was going for my fees. I heard he was doing this to some of the other girls as well, and that when they get pregnant, he makes them abort it. If I tell my church members about this, they won't believe me, so I kept it to myself. Not all men of God are there to help you. I make sure my other female siblings stay far away from him. God will punish that your pastor. God will punish him and punish him and punish him. In fact, God said we shouldn't judge. Right now I'm judging. He's a very useless man. Coupled with the fact that his family was right there, such people disgust me. They are so pathetic. You have a wife. You have access to whatever it is that you want. You have the right to even divorce your wife if she's not your spec. Find your spec and be with your spec. Why are you dumb? Why are people dumb? Why are you stupid? Why do you people take advantage of people in such a disgusting manner? God will punish him. His punishment is coming. He's supposed to rot in the pit of hell. He's very useless and pathetic. God will punish him, Papa. His own is coming. I'm just so glad you are fine. This too shall pass. So don't worry, it will go. But for him, death's cry is a blessing upon his life. Useless man. Man of God, man of Satan. So this particular portion is about strangers sharing their anonymous secrets. So I'm going to be reading a bunch of things from different people. So please don't be confused, okay? So someone says, I wear my girlfriend's G-strings whenever she's not around. The first time I did it, it was out of curiosity, but now I am thinking of getting some for myself. Please don't judge me. No, yeah, if you like it, the G-string, if you like it though, go for it. Who are we to judge? We listen and we don't judge, okay? Yeah. My brother wants to marry a lesbian without knowing. I got to know by chance when she tried touching me while I was sleeping. I can't tell him because he really loves her. Yeah. But, well, I don't know what to say to this one. I really hate my boyfriend. I lost my womb because of the last abortion I did. I am only still with him because he gives me money and I am thinking of a revenge for him. Wow. But you have the choice not to abort. You don't have money, that's why you're still with him, because of the money he gives for you. Then use protection so that you don't find yourself in such predicaments, okay? You know, when people know that they will not be able to take care of a child that they have with you, and yet they don't want to use protection, best believe they hate you. Because if you're pregnant, it's abortion, which is not really good, like for your health, because you are saying that it's a problem now, you bob. So if you know you're not ready for the child, just use protection so that you will not find yourself in such problems. I prefer to watch people eat each other than doing the act myself. So I mostly pay to watch my friends do it with their girlfriends. Do the girlfriends know? Yikes, whatever works for you people. I am mostly attracted to my dad's friends. They smell so good with their broad chests and arms, and I think one has noticed me too. Lord. I saw my mom's car parked at a hotel in Awoshi and decided to wait. After some time, she came out with two young men, one of whom had his hand around on her backside. I love to hide and watch my brother dress up. His thing is really huge and I take pictures of it and sometimes show it to my friends. They love to see it. They act all shy and flatty when they come around. Where do you hide? And where you see that where you hide, he don't see you. Masa. My husband and I weigh ourselves before and after we poop, so we can compare who had the biggest poop and claim victory. I don't know what victory does, but we just walk around feeling really good about our big turds. Ew. My boyfriend is super hairy, and every month or so he gets me to take close-up pictures of his butthole to see how hairy it is. I am 32 years old and still struggle with bedwetting. I feel uncomfortable sharing a room with my wife because of it. When it happens, I discreetly use a heated iron to dry the bed sheets and make sure I wake up last to change it. Oh, sorry, okay, that's so sad. I don't know. Such things, the person should be aware so that they don't really take it to heart like that. And then you also try to find solutions to curb it, or at least if not put a total stop, but you know, not something that will not make it so frequent. You up. I suspected that my sister brings her hookup clients to our house. We live in the boys' quarters of my parents' home, which has a separate gate from the main house. In a single day, I often see about 3 different men leaving her room. My dad has a shrine in our house, and I believe my mom is aware of it since it's in their room. I'm shocked because he's a prominent figure in our church and always gets angry when we miss church. Yikes. I got pregnant after I got gangbanged at a house party. My boyfriend told me not to go, and I pinned the pregnancy on him. We are married now, and that's the only child we have. Yikes, that's unfair. I thought buying a phone for this girl would seal the deal and get her to say yes to be my girlfriend. But after taking the phone, she still rejected me, not wanting to let it go to waste. I found another way to reclaim it. I sent a few guys from my hood to coerce her and retrieve it when she was leaving work. And just like that, I got my phone back. My best friend pays me 500 cedis to go lick and play with his balls every time I go to his house. I put pills in my wife's drink for her to sleep deep so that I can invite my side chick over and eat her in the guest room. Oh. I saw my dad chase my mom with a cutlass one day, and I still get nightmares about it. It happened many years ago, but it still haunts me. Sorry. My uncle texts me once in a while to bring two of my friends over to his house for them to have threesome. He pays them well after that and gives me anything I want to keep me quiet. Okay. When I was a kid, I had this family friend who was about 4 years older than I was. She was the spoiled kid kind, rich parents, attending the best schools and everything she needed and lacked nothing. And it was me with a deadbeat dad, had a hardworking mom who made sure I lacked nothing. She was the kind who was adventurous and satisfied her curiosity at all costs. We were young grade 6 students. It was a vacation and Eva's parents travel. She had to come live with us while they were away. Her parents made sure she had everything. Eva and I were left alone at home all day when my mom left for work. We would watch movies and play games till nightfall. One day my mom left for work and Eva quickly pulled out her phone and asked me to come watch something. It was a video from a movie. We watched the video countless times, two people kissing and making out in an office. It wasn't my first time seeing a video like that, but she started to role play the lady boss, moved to the table, hopped on it and asked me to come. I was confused but followed her lead. She dominantly pulled me by my shirt and dragged me closer to her. She wrapped her legs around me and kissed my lips. For a second, I didn't know what to do, but I went with the flow, kissed her back, held her waist and squeezed her butt. We continued to replay the scene in the movie until we heard the door latch open. We quickly moved away from each other and got into the couch. It was my big sister walking in. I clenched my legs together to hide my erection and we both acted cool. After that day, Eva moved back to her home and I couldn't stop fantasizing about her. She was always on my mind whenever I saw sexual scenes or anything sexual. Life went on and we didn't meet after that encounter. Went on through school, went through college, then uni, and I never met Eva. I forgot about her at some point. Right after uni, I started working in an accounting firm. Few years there and I began to rise through the ranks exponentially. End of year approached and our annual audits had started. The audits were done by an external company. We had a meeting before the audits commenced and as usual I was late. I had gone out for lunch and when I got back the meeting had already started. I walked in the boardroom briskly and walked straight to the last seat in the room. Obviously I didn't pay attention to anything said in the meeting. Right after the meeting I picked up my jug and headed out of the boardroom. A lady followed right after me and mentioned my first name. I turned and to my utter dismay there stood Eva. I couldn't believe it. She had grown so beautiful and her smile just rekindled everything I ever felt for her. I couldn't believe it. She just walked up to me and hugged me so tightly. It was quite uncomfortable in the midst of everyone. I walked her to my office and shut the door right behind her. She was part of the external auditors and we had a long chat. She was gonna be at my workplace for a month and I just knew how things were gonna be. We exchanged contacts and she joined her colleagues. I couldn't stop thinking about her. Work closed and she called to tell me she was leaving, so she wanted to say bye before going. She came to my office with her handbag and said bye to me. We hugged and it felt tighter this time. She didn't want to let go. We broke it off and she complimented my smile. I walked her to her car and of course she was still that show-off kind of girl. She unlocked a Land Cruiser and I asked, "That's you?" She smiled and hopped in the car. I watched her drive off. I walked back to my office beaming with smile. There was always been something about this girl that excites me aside the fact that she's good company. I was proud of the woman she had become. Next day came, I was at work early and she catwalked along the hallway to her colleagues. She looked so hot. I couldn't help but stand and stare. She caught me staring and smiled and waved at me. I waved back and disappeared. I started fantasizing about her, reimagining all the things we could be doing to each other. I texted her and asked if she wanted to grab lunch after and she said yeah. Lunchtime came and I was very caught up with work, so I ordered something while she waited with me in the office. She was helping with the work. I complimented her outfit and she asked if it reminded me of anything. I couldn't piece it together as hard as I tried, but I didn't. The conversation drifted to our childhood and I asked her if she remembered the time we tried to roleplay the scene in the movie. She screamed, of course. Then she said she thought I remember her outfit looks like the woman's outfit in the scene. It all made sense now. I asked if she wanted to play the scene and she laughed and asked if I remember what exactly they did. I told her no, but I remember what they were trying to do. I walked past her and locked the door. Then I asked her to come, pulled her to my desk and started kissing her lips. Felt like a dream come true. Ever since our first kiss, I hadn't stopped thinking about it. I hadn't stopped thinking about her. I pulled her closer, wrapped her butt, I kissed her. She kissed me so tightly, held my head and sat on my lips. She had always been that girl. Hey, so they did the do, okay? Yeah, they did it. But he was going into details and I'm not about to read details. So they did it. So, yeah, they didn't do it. Let me just consider reading. I rubbed her knees, raising her skirt slowly to expose her thighs, rubbed her thighs upward and tried to slide my fingers in her pants. She held my hand and stopped me kissing. I asked what was wrong. And she told me she's got a man. Not that I cared, but I wanted to be a gentleman. I stopped and apologized, patted her hair. We ordered for food. It came in no time and we started eating. I engaged her in a conversation about her relationship. It seemed serious. I was quite disappointed, but I still wanted to live that dream. That's where the story ended. Sounds quite interesting. Please, you can't live the dream. It's not all dreams that you can live, especially this one. So let it go. Let it go. Let it go. We beg. Want to go and scatter somebody's relationship because of your dream. Stop dreaming, Biko. So I have come to the end of today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment and subscribe for more. Also, I'll be posting videos every Wednesday and every Sunday, so please watch, come back and watch. And also I'll post every single day on TikTok, so you can check my description for the links to all these accounts or the account names. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Okay.